In this video, we're going over some defensive patterns that all players of all skill levels and ages should be practicing on their own for this summer of 2020, okay? While we do these patterns, we need to be aware of our posture. For short sticks, we want our hands about a foot and a half apart, imagining that we're running with our guy and we're putting this piece of the stick in between our hands, jamming his hips or his ribs area so we can push him to a spot of the field where he's not that much of a threat. Long pulls, right-handed long pulls. While we do these footwork patterns, your left hand is resting on that left hip bone. That way that stick is laying nice, flat, and level, and that head of the stick is always in a position to throw checks. I teach the pulls that I coach to have the head of the stick facing skyward, so once they land that check and that ball's loose on the ground, their stick is now in a position to scoop through it and then make their next decision from there. For left-handed pulls, that right hand is on that right hip bone. Again, head of the stick's facing skyward. We're out there, stick's always in that position to throw pokes, slaps, or lifts. That way, when that ball does get dislodged, bang, scooping through it, making our next decision. So, be aware of what the upper half of the body is doing and how your hands are moving throughout these patterns. And it will help if you literally visualize that you're running with the guy as you go through these patterns. I'm gonna break down all these footwork patterns for you guys, and then we're gonna put it all together at the end. So let's do this. First pattern that I'm gonna go over is the shuffle, okay? We shuffle to keep our body in front of our guy when he's moving laterally. So, we're gonna be working cone to cone here, all right? It's a good idea to start at a controlled pace if you're first learning this, okay? Even if you're in a more advanced player, it's still a good idea to start slow just to get that body loose and warmed up, and then gradually pick up the tempo and elevate that heart rate the deeper we get into this session. So, we'll start here. Feet are shoulder width apart. We're not crossing our feet. We're not clapping our toes, okay? Short, choppy steps. Head of the sticks out flat and level. And we're working cone to cone, keeping those knees bent, butts low. To take this one step further, we can be throwing pokes as we move cone to cone. Shuffle, poke, shuffle, poke. To take this one more step further, we can go back and forth 4 to 6 times, whatever you want to do. Throwing pokes, and then scoop through a ground ball, and then accelerate out the ground ball to simulate a live game scenario. So, put this one together. You shuffle, poke, poke, scoop through. Once you've gone through that shuffle, we'll now jump into the back pedal. You back pedal for a couple of reasons. Let's say, regarding our man, he throws a pass, we don't want to turn our back to him. We can back pedal as we recover in. That way we can keep our eye on him. He doesn't try and do anything sneaky on us like backdoor us, okay? As well as you're backpedaling in, not only can you see your man, but you can also keep your eye on the ball and see what that player that just caught it, see what his decision is, and then you can react accordingly. Second reason is, let's say we got a quick shifty attackman or midfielder, okay? He's running full speed at us. Instead of us just standing still, while he's got all the momentum, we can backpedal to stay in motion with him. So as soon as he establishes what direction he's going, we're in motion with him, and it'll be a little more easier to keep up with whatever direction he decides, okay? So as we do these backpedals cone to cone, what are we thinking about? We're thinking about how our stick is placed. Bottom hand on the hip bone, right? Head of the stick's facing skyward, butt's low, feet are working together. Here we go. Ball, 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 back pedal. Ball, 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 back pedal. What can we do along with this? We can throw checks. Again, pokes, lifts, slap checks. And then put it all together. Ball, 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 ball. Throw poke, back pedal, scoop through. Moving on from the back pedal, we're now going to learn the drop step. And we drop step so we don't have to turn our back on the play, okay? So if this is brand new to you, drop the stick and just focus on what's happening with the hips and below. So as we approach our man, and he's coming at us right-handed, that means we're gonna drop step left if he goes to his right hand, okay? So your right foot is gonna be that pivot foot, meaning it stays in the ground. You hear it often in basketball. So as we determine the guy that we're guarding is going to his right hand or left from the defensive side, that right foot stays in the ground, and then that left hip, leg, and toes are turning, and now my left foot is pointed in the direction where he's going. Now my back leg, which is my right leg on a drop step left, will follow that lead, and now we're running with him. And vice versa from the other side. Let's say our guy runs at us to his left hand, we drop step right, left foot stays in the ground, right foot opens up, right foot, the toes on the right foot are pointed in the direction where I will eventually run to keep up with the guy I'm guarding. My back leg follows suit, right? So let's learn this without a stick first. We're here, we can get a little rhythm going. Okay, drop step left, run. Let's hit both sides equally, right? Get that muscular balance going. So we're here, drop step right, bang, open up, run with him. Once you feel comfortable doing that without a stick, grab that stick, chop the toes, and then just go. Open up, run with him. Then reset. Open up, run with him. Okay? Now we go from cone to cone. Okay, I got 4 yellow cones set up in a box here. This is very common in the sport of lacrosse. All right, you'll see this at every skill level. Okay, you can do a lot of variations as far as footwork with this setup here. Okay, so what's gonna happen here is I approach and I'm drop stepping to my right. And then immediately, once I hit that low yellow cone, I'm gonna approach again and then drop step to my left. That way both sides of my body are getting equal amount of reps. Ball, 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 drop step. Approach, ball, 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 drop step. Okay? Ball's over there, but you got a ball, place it somewhere where you know you'll be running after the drop step, scoop through it, and then if you have a net, take it to the rack and shoot it. If you have a partner, scoop through the ball, throw a pass. Okay, a lot of different variations you can do off of this. Get out to the field and just have fun with it. Now it all comes together. If you're a newer player, I encourage you to draw out different patterns. That way you know you're hitting each new skill that we just went over. If you're a more advanced player, let your instincts take over. Now whether you're new or in a more elite level player, be sure to include a ground ball after you've gone through a couple different patterns, scoop through it, and then make your next decision from there. So I'm just gonna let my instincts take over here. Gonna have fun with it. Let's get it. Ball, 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 ball. Hold down, release. Now that you have an understanding of how this needs to be done, get to the field and do it. If you apply this and any other skills into your practice routine of summer 2020, coaches will notice when it comes to fall ball of 2020. So get out to the field, apply this to your game, elevate your game, and join the pursuit.